Good morning. Today's game is called Lighthouse. It's made by LAI Games. There's the coin door. This aperture here is where your prize will fall down into, and that's where you retrieve it. These are the controls. There's the stop-start button, your prize button. There's the prize arm wheel. The purpose is to try and stop that spinner on a particular number that's a positive number. If you do, then the lighting level will rise up and possibly you'll win. If you hit a negative number, it decreases the level that you're on. So what I'm going to do is go into test mode to show you the lighting. So to get into test mode, we have to open the door very carefully, as you can see. Bit of a dog's breakfast there, and this is the test button. I'm just going to turn the light on so you can see better. This is test, so we push test once and we look at the display and it goes through a cycle. All the lights, as you can see, are going to go through their cycle to see that everything is okay, and that way we determine if anything's burnt out or anything's wrong. Very beautiful, right? Okay, so once we're satisfied that that's okay, we press test again, and that will take us to a different mode. What this is looking for is switch input. So if I want to see if a switch is working, I just have to push, say, this button, and that says, hey, that switch is working. The same goes for any of the other buttons here. There's another button I'll push there. And this is the coin switch down here that the Looney switch up. There. So you test all your switches, you find out they're okay. So then the next test mode, we go into this. And what does that do, you ask? Well, I want to make sure all these motors on these prize arms work. So the way we do that is we go into that mode, we press this button here called service once. Okay, see that 01 refers to this prize arm up here. I will now open this door so you can get a better look at the prize arm. And what we have to do here is to make sure that the motors that control these prize arms are functioning at all times, so that the customer always, or guest, gets their prize without any hassle or grief. So that's the prize arm there. And these things remove, they're screwed, they are a left-hand thread, and there's a reason for that, so that they don't come flying out. And they have to be inserted in a particular fashion, because if they're not, the prizes will get caught up and they won't be able to drop off. In addition to that, once the prize drops, I've got to show you this, it's very important. These series of holes here on both sides serve a function, and that is it shows the machine that the prize has actually dropped. If something doesn't drop when it's supposed to, the machine will let you know that there's a problem, or maybe something has fallen down, it's blocking that, and that could be a problem. So now that I've selected that I want to test this arm, all I have to do is push this button here, and you can see the arm is moving. So in order to test each arm, you push test once. We go to number 2 here. See, that's lighting up. I push the button again, and it works. Excellent. Now, to get out of that, we go and press test again. And that gets us into an entirely different function. And this function will allow us, if we want, to test the needle arm. And to do that, we press service again, and we just keep doing that. That's it. So that way, very basic diagnostic. To get out of it, we press test several times until we get the CR. Now I'm going to spin this around to show you what's in the back here, because that's interesting too. Go. So here we have just a typical little reflector with a lamp on the other side there. There's the little motor that spins things around, as you see, very bright and beautiful. And in the back here, these are the prize arm motors. This is the circuit board that controls the lighthouse display. This is the back of where the prize arm is. That's the stepper that controls the prize arm. And here's the back here. Power supplies, switching power supply, main board. Now the only problems we do get here in regard to boards is, as you see, these are all socketed chips, and they can come loose because people like to impact games. And occasionally when that happens, it may just pop out of its socket and hopefully it doesn't do any electrostatic damage or anything. So we just turn the game off and reinsert it, provided the chip is okay. The other thing is, in certain types of environment, you do get a bit of corrosion that can actually work its way into sockets. So that's something to always be aware of. And that's something I learned when I worked as a telephone man in fish plants, because we found corrosion in every aspect of that phone system due to the chemicals they use at fish plants. So any corrosive environment, it's going to work its way into everything. There's the soundboard here, and there's the choke distribution. Overall, though, a really well-built game, solid performer, and tests your abilities for eye-hand coordination. Well, once again, I want to thank you people for your time and interest, and have a good one.